7th, 2024 will forever be remembered as the day where Sojourner Truth won the title from Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And then Cody decided to thank known Vince avatar Bruce Pritchard. All my homies hate Bruce Pritchard. I can't wait for Cody to lose his championship. But now he's finished his story. So shut up about it and let's talk about this program. I'm John Martin with my review, WWE WrestleMania 40 Night 2 Electric Lincoln Financial Field Boogaloo. Yeah, you know, Cody finished the story. Shenanigan-filled, crazy shit. Maybe not quite as many shenanigans as I expected. I actually expected janitorial staff and popcorn vendors and cotton candy vendors and people to descend from the goddamn rafters. First of all, I resent your tone. Yeah, I'm going to knock Bruce Pritchard. I'm going to continue to knock Bruce Pritchard. He's a fucking piece of shit, a slime ball, and he's always been the worst of just being the mouthpiece and, around the very fabric and other parts of Vince McMahon. If you know, you know. He's always been a Vince McMahon defender, and I'm going to continue to say Vince McMahon's name as long as Bruce Pritchard is still in that company. That being said, though, Cody held aloft the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship of the world, which is kind of honestly redundant, to be perfectly honest, if it's the Universal Championship. Got celebrated with his wife, his mother, Brody Lee Jr., and various other superstars. But there was a show that happened before that, so let's talk about it. So, I caught some of the pre-show. I did have to take a nap before this because it has been a long weekend. And also, I do want to say that the Raw After Mania review will be up sometime, likely Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning. And I'm going to go watch a special screening of Civil War. You may be surprised by some of the stuff I praise on this. So yeah, they're back at Lincoln Financial Field. They announced it was like 72,000, they announced it as like a bit more than what they had. I think it was actually about 74,000. But yeah, they had a really, really big crowd. Bullshit. It was like 69 nice thousand, according to WrestleTix. I did see a spot for the Cricket wireless chair with a screen, with a screen in the seat. Brock Lesnar wanted one of those, but in toilet form. If you get it, you get it. Sable probably didn't like it, but yeah, let's just move on from that. The Prophets and Lashley cut a promo. I mean, B-Fab did, but it was what it was. And then the Final Testament, they cut a pre-tape. Paul Ellering is just there for a paycheck. And I'm grateful to Paul Ellering is getting paid, but he could be doing so much. He could be providing so much more for this. So, PW Insider report, Jacob Fatu is signed with WWE, and that's good. Jacob Fatu is a hell of a nice guy, a great talent, has busted his ass on the indies. Met the guy about almost 5 years ago now. Great guy, but when that red light's on, when he tells you to move, you move. So, package on Philadelphia citizens telling Cody to finish his story. Punk was out to do commentary for the first match, and it was not 72,543 on night one. It was like 68,000. I mean, whatever, it was what it was. Package of highlights from last night. Samantha looks amazing. Two people did God Bless America. I thought it was the Bored and Sleepy. But whatever, I mean, they could sing. I didn't catch their name. The War and Treaty, actually, I think might have been something I saw, bantered around on Twitter. Stephanie shows up. Cole says she's a big reason why he's been there for 27 years. So it's Stephanie's fault. Stupid bitch. I gotta say this much. Having Stephanie back on the program is certainly a choice. Remember the post-SmackDown 9/11 comments that she made? And various other things she said? She was old enough to know it was wrong. I got a long memory on this shit, folks. So Pat McAfee, by the way, was excruciatingly awful on commentary. He was either drunk or high, or maybe the brain parasites are in Aaron Rodgers' head, infested, and nested inside his head. And Pat can be entertaining. He wasn't entertaining here. He was actually worse than Booker T. Booker, at least, was only on NXT. This was Pat McAfee, at times wrecking a lot of moments, like wrecking Drew McIntyre's guilty as charged entrance. And a Mardi Gras style band introduced Seth Pheasant Rollins, who's more garish than any of the costumes I saw in that movie Femme or that movie Medusa Deluxe. He was more garish than anybody in the goddamn Birdcage cast. Not anything wrong with that. If you got a problem with the LGBTQ community, fuck off. So, Drew McIntyre against Seth Pheasant Rollins, secondary world title, and Drew hits a Claymore right out of the gate. Almost gets the 3. He targets the knee. He did end up sending or tried to take a selfie, but actually was sending out a tweet. I believe that was his wife and somebody there at ringside, or maybe it was just a scheduled tweet and it was just a way to do this. But it said, bored at work, LOL. There's a pedigree, a stomp for 2, a lot of big moves. They did a lot of stuff. How exhausted was Seth going to end up being? Future shocker DDT. Punk is great on commentary here because he was trying to talk over the people that were really bad on commentary, i.e. all of them. They should have just had Punk call this thing by himself. GTS into a roll-up. Another Claymore. Way too many Claymores kicked out. That's the thing. I don't mind having finishers kicked out of here and there. This got a little bit much. Stomp on the table, and a Claymore for 2, and then he finally hit a 4th. Drew got hit with the stomp, by the way, but somehow managed to hit 2 more Claymores. Psychology. Whatever. Heels will lost the championship. He kisses his wife over there. I assume that was his wife. Otherwise, his wife's going to be really upset. And he crawls over to Punk and is joking. Then he spits on Punk. Punk trips him, takes off the brace, hits him in the head with it. And then suddenly Judgment Day music and Breeze comes down and cashes. Okay, boy. Either McIntyre did not re-sign, this was a way to just give him a moment before he was done, or he did, and this is a way to continue the thing with him and Punk, just with him not being the champion. Maybe Punk's going to be back sooner, I don't know. That was funny. I mean, I don't think Priest is going to hold the title very long. I think they waited a bit too long to have him cash in or tease it a little bit too much. I mean, this is a hell of a moment. But at least he's going to have a chance to be the champion for a bit. Snoop Dogg came out for commentary for the next match. What planet was Snoop Dogg on? Because I'll tell you what planet he wasn't on. He was not on Earth. He was hilarious. Bubba Ray Dudley, the guy that never turns on a paycheck because he's never really ever been anything more than a tag team wrestler. His best run as a singles wrestler was in TNA as Bully Ray, as the leader of Aces and Eights, which was excruciatingly awful. And yeah, he kind of looked like Alex Jones. And based on how Bubba talks and his opinions, I think they probably align a little bit more than we realize. Okay, the almighty prophets of Lashley and the Street Profits, along with B-Fab for some reason. I don't have anything against her, but I have no idea what they see in her. I don't think that she's cut out to be a wrestler. So, a final testament with Ellering and Scarlett. Speaking to people that aren't meant to be wrestlers, pretty much everybody on this goddamn team. Ellering is the best worker out of anybody in this. And Ellering hasn't taken a bump since he was in the War Games in like 87. Well, actually, no, he might have taken some bumps a little bit. Like, doing some manager bumps in late era or early era, Ted Turner era WCW. Paul Ellering has never appeared at a WrestleMania, Corey said. He was at WrestleMania 8 for a live interview in the goddamn dome. Corey, you goddamn ink Paris, you friggin' goddamn, I can't even form a coherent way to describe your stupidity, Corey. Evidently, the ink has just seeped, from your tattoos into your goddamn brain. Or you're just a fucking idiot. I mean, I don't know. Ellering was at WrestleMania 8. Now, had he appeared in a match? Or appeared for a match? No. Legion of Doom didn't wrestle at WrestleMania 8. That's not what he said. This is stupid. The crowd liked it. WrestleMania 13, this was not. They did bumps. Even Scarlett and B-Fab did a table bump. If I was a table, I would have no-sold that. And then AOP vanished. I don't know where the fuck they went. And a Frog Splash won it. Snoop was just having a blast. He was also blitzed out of his goddamn mind. Yeah, the Profits won it. Styles has new music. Whoever came up with that new music deserves to be fired. Fired into the earth, fired into the sun while their family watches. That was terrible. Styles and LA Knight had a pretty good match overall. It wasn't necessarily a world beater, but it was fuck ton better than the previous match. Styles targets the knee, attacks a weak point for massive damage. We get... The crowd seemingly was distracted by something. I guess there was a giant spotlight. They were saying turn it off. So The Weeknd came out and sung Blinded by the Lights. And there was a floor exposed spot. They cut a good pace here, and eventually a BFT won it for LA Knight. Not bad. AJ, of course, naturally is upset because of the LA community. And by the way, the reason this feud actually continued longer than it should have is because AJ Styles flew halfway across the goddamn world to attack LA Knight in Australia, saw that the world wasn't flat, couldn't handle it, and took it out on LA Knight. Hall of Fame recaps. And they appear on the stage, and the Fireflies are out for Bray, and that's cool. Hey, you know who also appeared on a WWE program about 10 years previously? Exactly 10 years previously on the stage? Ultimate Warrior. And his heart beat its final beat, and I hope he fucking suffered horribly. I hope the pain ate at him, Mr. Queering doesn't make the world work. A man that knocked Bobby Heenan because Bobby Heenan had cancer and Bobby Heenan was a better worker, a better human being, and better for professional wrestling than Warrior could ever hope to be. So I hope he suffered horribly. I hope his wife suffers the same fate. Not the kids. I hope the kids turn out great. Yeah, fuck the Ultimate Warrior. I'm glad he's dead. So anyway, I was hoping the Prime truck would somehow become sentient and run Logan Paul over. Look, I will not take anything away from Logan Paul as somebody that has taken to this, like, great. He has done great shit. He's a piece of shit person. The Japanese forest stuff, the crypto scheme, the fact that he is a genuinely shit person, in all honesty. Surrounds himself with even more shit people. So yeah, I would not complain at all if he just dropped over. But as somebody in the ring, you can tell he takes it seriously. And I can't take that away from him, and I would never try. Whoever's in that Prime bottle apparently is a guy by the name of something. I show speed or whatever. Some people sent me some stuff on this. This guy absolutely deserves to be fucking jailed. And in my opinion, his parents deserve to watch him basically take his last breath. Because he's a piece of shit and an idiot. So it fits that he's with Logan Paul. Owens had the golf cart and took Randy to the ring. I was worried they were actually going to hit the ring. That was actually going to be kind of cool. Owens, Orton, and Logan Paul had a three-way U.S. title match that was full of action. My problem is I didn't give a shit. And Orton and Owens had some good stuff where they were beating up Logan. There were Gatorade chants, Powerade chants. I kind of wish that, both him and Speed would get, 3 of those letters plus an S, if you know what I mean. Kind of got to skate around some shit. Wouldn't hurt. At least it'd go on some people that actually, don't fucking contribute anything positive to society. And the driver, the moonsault. Some good action here. RKO for 2. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Not enough of a delay to make the move worth kicking out to. The Nux punch, look, Logan gets it. Logan gets it, hiding the Nux, even though it's no DQ in a 3-way. And yeah, that Prime Bottle guy got laid out. He was still breathing, unfortunately. And a splash for 3, so Logan Paul retains. Cool, all right. I'm sorry, but I can appreciate what Logan does in the ring, and I will continue to knock him as a person. And I'm going to say right now that if you see less SmackDown reviews going forward, kind of burned out on some of this stuff. But Triple H apparently hired the boys for Bayley's entrance. If you know, you know. Io looks incredible. I wish I was at top rope. Io and Bayley brought the crowd back up. The women basically killed it this whole weekend. I'm even including Stand and Deliver. They did some good stuff. Even with the mess, it was the 6-woman tag at Stand and Deliver. It had some good talent. Bayley and Io, WWE Women's Championship. Hey, Bayley. Ooh, I want to know if you'll be my girl. Io targets the knee. And Neo Sky, that did not work at all. The Hey Bayley chants keep going. Io is very good in the ring. A moonsault. Bayley got her legs up. I was afraid that Io broke her ribs because that was brutal. That was a good spot. They cut a great pace here. One of the best matches that WWE has put on all year. And we're getting enough into the year where you can start thinking about what your favorite matches could be, or at least what could possibly be on your list. And the crowd was back up. We got, a nice, Bayley to belly for a 2 count. We got the crossface on, so Io is really going for it. We got a back suplex, the sky elbow, and the rose plant that sort of worked. 1, 2, 3. Bayley wins. Overcoming all the stuff that happened with Io, damage control, all that. Good. Io had a good run. Bayley gets her time to shine. Probably only hold it till SummerSlam, but good stuff. Bayley gets her chance to shine, and she deserved it, especially after what they had her doing at WrestleMania 37, which I will not forget because it was terrible. But so far, we got some good title changes over the last 2 nights. And then they show celebrities. I assume celebrities. I don't know who half of them were. I guess Vanessa Hudgens had her kid. Good on her. Snoop and the Philadelphia Eagles cheerleaders were there, and Snoop announced that the attendance was 72,755. Of course it was. Okay, so it wasn't much more than that. But yeah, the grand total was 145,298. Which I could have swore that Snoop actually said 420, but maybe that was just me thinking that Snoop was going to make a weed joke. So, during Cody's package, they showed some AEW footage. That is the closest that the Bucks will ever get to WrestleMania. It's the closest they deserve to be. Cody entrance. Brandy is here. And then I said, God, I hope Cody loses. I do not care for Brandy. But in light of shit that has gone on in her personal life, that is the only time. And I don't care for Brandy as far as an on-screen presence. But in light of shit that has gone on in her personal life, apparently her dad has been going through a whole lot of stuff. She's been going through some tough time. That's it. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm done. I'm done saying that. Leaving that in the past. Had to get that out of my system, but I'm leaving it in the past. Roman comes out with an orchestral entrance. Everybody is showing their organ around Roman. And Roman and Cody, Bloodline Rules, Universal Tag Team, Universal Championship match. So we had about 25 minutes from the end of the last match to the beginning of this one, at least, or something like that. What an atmosphere. The crowd was very into this. Now, I was worried this was going to go long like the main event, which the main event last night, I maintain, still should not have gone 44 minutes. Had it gone 29, I would have been fine with that. It had cut off 15 minutes. And I get it, but see, the thing is there were multiple people I talked to that were not able to go night 2. They had to watch from their hotel room because the weather affected them so bad. They got sick, they got cold, they weren't feeling good. Good job there. Hopefully they don't have another open air stadium show in the, coming out of winter. Have something maybe in Florida, or maybe, I don't know, just go with dome stuff. Nothing against open air stadiums. The weather is something that can deeply affect them. Nevertheless, the camera sort of kind of spots somebody when the table spot, is happening, or the ring, like, table's pulled out, put back in, and like, oh, geez, oh, hi, Uso, one of the Usos. Or both the Usos. Good camera work there. I wrote down at some points they were stalling so much you could do a load of laundry and not miss shit. But you know what? They pick things up quicker than usual. Now, yes, this is going to be overbooked. This is an example of where things need to be overbooked. Now, I don't know if they need to overbook it like this, but whatever. Let's enjoy the goddamn spectacle. Flip, flop, and fly. There were some Roman sucks chants, but there were Let's Go Cody, Cody sucks chants. There were some Cody sucks chants because it's Philly, and they're going to do that. And, we get like some crossroads. Roman hits a crossroads for 2. Cody ends up hitting his own spear, or hits his spear. We get an announcer's table bomb. 20 minutes in, then Jim Uso shows up, and then Jay shows up. They take a bad tumble where I was afraid one of them hit their head. I don't know who. A spear for 2. And then, barricade spear to Roman. Crossroads, Crossroads, Solo then thumbs, Cody getting deep in his throat. Oh no, a spear to Cody. I thought they were actually going to have Solo take the spear, but they didn't. Cody kicks out. And then wappa-doo-ba-ba-ba-ba, John Cena comes down and takes out Solo and then hits an AA to Roman and then hits an AA to Solo on the outside, around the outside, do-do-do-do-do, and that's it. So Solo's taken out through the announcer's table, and The Rock shows up. And he can't run because his flare pants are catching too much wind. And here's Rock, him and Cena, all this stuff going on. Then Shield music, and I'm like, holy shit, they got Moxley to come in. But no, it was Rollins. And Rollins eventually came down and got instantly laid out. It is not a good time for Rollins. Rollins, in all seriousness, needs time off. Give him time off at least for a couple months. He needs to heal. He needs to think about possible life outside of wrestling. I'm not saying to retire, but he has beat his body to shit. His back is fucked. His knee is fucked. If he's got to take time off after this, they got enough stars. He needs a good quality of life. But we get a Crossroads, and then a Crossroads, and then a Crossroads. 1, 2, 3, big pop. Because, wait, we got to go back a second. Because here in all the fracas, The Undertaker's dong hit. And then, and then he laid out Rock. And then we got the Crossroads. I was so excited, I skipped over some lines in my notes. Why did Taker show up? Why? Taker coming back for a match versus The Rock? No. Did I say no? Anyway, Cody celebrates with everybody and his mother. I was waiting for his mother to clock him with the championship and walk out, blow a kiss like CM Punk. Cody promo, you thank Bruce Pritchard. You deserve to fucking lose that title. Thanking that jolly, stupid piece of line sack of shit. You thank Triple H, who at least has done something positive for wrestling. Cody's emotional. He finished the story. There you go. That's it. I'm tired. This show tired me out. But it was good, as far as shenanigans. And hey, the women killed it. Some good stuff on both nights of Mania. I know they're going to continue both nights of Mania. There were issues with some of the filler. This did have a better pace, or at least as far as energy among the talent. I'm not knocking the crowd because they were fighting the elements, so they were doing everything they could to cheer both nights. What do you think of Mania? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.